Man, what a rough week, man. You know, I would say 2020 has been like this. It's been what a fucking storm, you know? How crazy is this, you know? I feel this industry is just it's definitely become a shell of itself. And at least for me in October, it just feels like we're just in survival mode. And this week I just kind of like I didn't act out, nothing like that, but inside it just like that grind. You just go, like, you go, you do the work, you clean up, and you go home. And it just repeats like that over and over again. You know, before this shit, before any of this, you know, and when I was lead, it was go in, check the lines, stock the line, help out the cooks, break the cooks, make family meal. I'm not saying any of this shit in order, but do some prep. And when we have the big out of the 6 restaurants, we have the biggest prep. We have a lot of prep. And so for me, the funnest part was just the most fun was like learning new recipes and then learning techniques. It's so fun, You can look at a recipe, but then it's kind of like, where do you add your commas and your periods and your passes? The technique that gets you the result is just, how long do you leave, the riblets on the hot oil, so you can get that nice crispy char on the outside. Just little shit, it's so much fun. And now, we have like just enough, we have the exact amount of employees we need to function. No extra, no nothing. If one person is missing, that means the sous chef or the chef is covering. There's no calling other people. It's the same people. Monday through Friday, it's the same people. Well, not Monday through Friday. We're closed Mondays and Tuesdays. And that kills me, man. If it's one thing that the, being locked up at home when the lockdown was going on, that's easy. Are you kidding me? I hung out with my kids all day. They had school, so I do that. I got to be Mr. Mom. Like, it was fun. It was a blast. If I didn't have to ever go back to work, I probably wouldn't have. Definitely wouldn't have. You know? But now you're putting me in a situation where it's like it just sucks too. And I get these thoughts of like wanting to leave because I'm like, I'm tired of this shit. I gotta go do something else. I gotta go learn. I gotta go, you know? But I'm torn because on one hand, I'm so close. I'm so close to that soup position. I'm so close. Even if they pass me up, I'm close, dude. I just have to tough it out, and that's what I like. That's a drive for me. It's like, dude, you know, it's not that bad. Like, I'm complaining about it, but it's not like a detriment to my mental stability. You know, I'm thankful that I can come home and I can just turn it off. You know, but it it makes me think of other people who maybe aren't doing so well. You know, I've talked about cooks that I know that, when they're not at work, they wind down, and the way they wind down is they drink. They'll buy themselves 30 packs with a bottle of liquor, and then they end up with heart disease and have heart attacks. A lot of it's funny how many cooks I know that just die. Because poor diet, that weren't physical. Like they all seem to have the same like layout. Like I never imagined the room, but every single time I hear about one of the passengers, it's like, oh, they found him on the reclining chair. Like, do you own a reclining chair? If like, do you rent a room and have a reclining chair? I don't. I don't have a recliner, in my condo. But it just sucks because essentially, like right now as it stands, we're essentially in a situation where it's like, don't do any unnecessary travel. A lot of people are just going back to normal, acting like it's normal. Like, yeah, but I think technically we're supposed to just be at home, go to work, home, and go to grocery stores. But people want to eat at restaurants, people want to go out, people want a sense of normalcy. I can't blame them. Can't blame them at all, but it just concerned me. And I don't know, dude. It's fucking rough. It's rough the whole week. I just wanted to quit. I just wanted to call it quits. But then I think out loud. I say these things out loud and I think about the ridiculousness of it because I'm somehow saying it like it's just me. Like, right, because I'm the only one going through this. We're all going through it. And so that kind of just makes me just embrace the shitty situation. And I think that, one thing that I've noticed is, so there's something that I noticed as far as like success goes. I've noticed that, I don't know why no one has said this. Maybe people haven't, I've missed it. But it seems to be 10 years. It takes about 10 years for your whatever it is to become something, right? So I think I look at what like I think Gary Vaynerchuk was the first person that brought that to my attention. I think he said that. His was 10 years. Okay. Then I look at Joe Rogan's podcast. He was 10 years. And I'm sure if you look at other people, it's going to be around 10-year mark. So what happens in those 10 years? Well, I think what most people, if you work out, you're going to know this. I would say that the worst part is just the daily grind. Because you're not going to see the results that you want immediately. Like this isn't like a race, like a sprinting race. We're in a marathon, And this whole 2020 thing, that's the kind of like perspective that like I tell myself every day. Like this is the grind that I seem to be, that I seem to listen about, hear about, and embrace, and just, like anybody who listens, who's willing to listen to me, I'll usually sound like, you got, the grind, man. That's what's going to determine your success. Are you going to be consistent with whatever you're doing? I usually say that like with like exercise and stuff, but 2020 is really fucking making me work for it. It fucking sucks, dude. I know people who are very introverted, staying, and the only kind of like sense of like, say, family or friends that they had was at work, right? I get that. And now what happens when you're stuck working from home and you don't go out on your own? I know one guy, he's fucking taking that shit. He's taking 2020 by the fucking balls, dude. He's fucking owning that shit. That guy has his fucking schedule out, laid out, no bullshit. That guy has no excuses. Fucking go you. You know who you are. But yeah, dude. I think you gotta find something to do with your time. That sounds so fucking stupid. Like, that's not even profound at all. Do something with your time. But seriously, dude. Like, sometimes I ask, I'm like, hey, what do you do when you're not at work? I'm like, nothing. I'm just at home. I watch Netflix. Like, I guess that's something. I mean, even video games, because it's just, it offers a reward thing. Like when, like me, like right now, I'm grinding for Damascus on Modern Warfare. I can unwind, and I like this, like the slow pace, like strategy type that Warzone is. I like the quick pace, that like multiplayer offers. It kind of hits those buttons that I miss from the kitchen. When I'm playing, like rarely when I'm playing with like 4 squads, and I don't know if you play Modern Warfare or Warzone, but it's like, you ever link up with like, 3 other people, they all have comms, and they're good at it. Oh, it's the fucking best. It just, it's equivalent to just being like behind. All right, I'm 2 minutes out on this, and it's fucking fun, dude. I don't know how to respond to that. I activated Siri. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. Listen, I had a rough week. I did a little some looking on the inside. I see that I'm experiencing something that is just a part of life. Get from point A to point B, there's going to be a lot of nothing. It's a lot of grind. Okay? But that's the part that determines how you're going to arrive there. You're going to arrive there just dragging your feet, whining and complaining, because once you get to B, you got to get to C. Right? You can't fucking handle that. You're not going to get to C, and Lord knows you're not going to get to Z. So, keep your head up. You don't need to be fucking strong all the time. That's just going to create more unnecessary stress. Just take it easy. Reach out. Find something to do, man. Play a game. Reach out to people. Reach out to me. Reach out to someone. Reach out in the comments. I'll see you next week. Take care, chefs. Have a good service. Bye.